At LV, our car insurance comes from the heart. That's why we've just launched our new multi-car cover. One policy and one renewal date means it's one simple way for you to save on your family's cars. So just imagine how much you can save by insuring 2, 3, or even more cars with us. To get your exclusive multi-car discount from the Which Insurance Provider of the Year 2017, go direct to lv.com. T's and C's apply.
This Gamertag episode is brought to you by GameFly. If you've ever wanted to try a game before you bought it, you should try GameFly. It's the best way to buy and rent all your favorite games and movies. They're the leading video game rental service with over 9,000 titles to choose from. Just pick your favorite games and have them mailed straight to your door. Then keep them for as long as you want and never worry about late fees. Plus, you can cancel at any time. Visit Gamefly.com/Gamertag to start your free 30-day trial today. That's Gamefly.com/Gamertag.
Gamertag Radio presents E3 2016 coverage. Hosts Danny Pena, Paris Lilly, and Peter Toledo are direct from the convention center floor.
Here we go.
Dragon Ball XENOVERSE 2. So, for those of you that are familiar with the Dragon Ball brand, XENOVERSE 2 is actually the sequel to the best-selling Dragon Ball ever. I mean, it's a huge game. The original game set the gameplay up at a certain bar, and we're actually building upon that even more with XENOVERSE 2. So the game's coming out on PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and PC Digital and Steam. It's coming out end of 2016, and like the previous game, you'll be able to select 5 different races from the Dragon Ball universe, from Magyins to Saiyans to Earthlings, Namekians, and Frieza's an alien race. So depending on your play style, each race has different characteristics. So some are stronger than others, some are faster, some have more defensive capability. So before we go into the actual demo, in the previous game, everything takes place in this hub world, and then you go fight in these different dimensions. Well, in this game, what you can do that's different is that you can actually go to some of these different worlds. So, for example, this is on the planet Namek. You can also go to Frieza's alien spaceship as well. So there's many different places that you can visit as you're going through the game. So let's jump quickly into the game. Deidre is actually going to be doing a short demo for us. So what we've selected here is the Frieza's alien race. So this city that you see here is a brand new city called Kanton City. And this city was actually built a few years after the events of XENOVERSE 1. And so in the previous game, you were supposed to stop altered history from happening, so you're trying to protect the history of Dragon Ball. But what ended up happening at the end of XENOVERSE 1 is that history continued to change. So the Supreme Kai of Time decided to recruit more Time Patrollers to basically prevent this from happening. So with all these additional patrollers, you have to build a bigger city. So Kanton City is actually more than 7 times larger than the previous game. And what's really awesome is you can have up to 300 different players within this hub city world interacting with each other at the same time. So there's a lot more different activities that you can do within this hub city world. Some of the additional features that we've added is traversal features. So for example, you can fly within the hub city, so you actually won't be gaining disability until later on in the game after you trained up with some masters. But another feature that we've added is we've also added vehicles to the game. So we've also added something called the hoverboard. So what we can do here is that you can race against your friends within the city. So that's something that's new to the game. So it just makes traversal and getting place to place around the world much easier than the previous game. So there are also other areas that you can't get to unless you fly to. So there's a verticality to this hub city world as well. So there's a lot more stuff to do within this hub city. But what I want to show you guys now is the actual battle system. So what we're going to go right now is talk to this robot and actually go to the first battle. So within this particular fight, you'll be able to use 2 different characters. There's Turles and Future Gohan, which were not in the original XENOVERSE game. And if you watched our announcement trailer, We also, had characters such as Lord Slug was in the game as well. So there's lots of different characters. So we're gonna go to the Archipelago stage. So in the previous game, you only had one versus stage that you can get to, but in Xenoverse 2, there's gonna be multiple stages that you can fight in versus mode. So I think one of the first things that you'll see in the fight is that the game actually is 60 frames per second now, so it's really smooth, really fun to play. And just to let you guys know, the game is still in development, so certain things like that, there's still a little bit of bugs still happening in it. But as you can tell, the world itself is a lot more detailed than the previous game. There's a lot more different effects that happens. We've also added other new fighting mechanics, for example, the homing dash, so that you can get to your opponent a lot quicker. So that was one of the improvements that we made for the previous game. There's also other things that we've introduced. There's something called the Aura Burst Dash, in which you can avoid enemy attacks while flying directly to your opponent. So we'll see if we can get that going. The enemy computer is actually really strong right now on the build of the game. So as you can tell, we are losing right now. The other thing that you'll notice is that those speed blasts, they actually curve now, so that's something different than the previous game. It actually makes it feel much closer to the anime itself, so those blasts actually curve. So let's see if we can do some special moves right now. Oh, I think the computer took is on some roids or something. Yeah. So one of the other things is that the environments break also. So for example, you can knock down trees, you break the ground, the walls, different things like that. We've also had something called a stamina break, in which you can take stamina away from the competitor, and that allows you to do more combos. Let's see if Deidre can come back. Oh, good combo. Nice. All right. Now we have half a health bar to go. Have some key blast there. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Well, Feature Go Ahead didn't win this particular battle, but so that ends our gameplay demo for today. But I just want to leave you guys with three things. So based off we've taken a lot of players' feedback from the original game, and we've made improvements based on that feedback. We made it richer and a bigger game, so it's going to be the best Dragon Ball game that we've ever released. And then the other thing is that we'll keep supporting the game after launch. There's going to be post-launch DLC, free updates, tournaments, timed events, lots of different things to keep the Xenoverse player engaged. So that's all I have for Xenoverse 2. So hopefully you guys have a great E3 Day 2. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for listening to Gamertag Radio. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.